All right. Let's go. How's everyone doing today? This is Dregn Durant of the Yasuhiro88ch, and welcome to another episode of Horizon Exploration. We're kicking off episode 18 tonight, and, well, it should be quite interesting what's about to happen. So, let's go ahead and get ourselves geared up. We're going to go ahead and drop ourselves down, and let's get the game up. Here we go. We'll get the music and our party members in here. Get everyone on. All right, and bring them all in. There we go.
Hello.
Hey. Hello.
Hey. All right, we got everybody here. Let's go through a quick round of intros for anyone joining us for the first time. But up at the top, we have Sam Stonewill, played by Peter.
Hey, everybody. Peter. I play Sam Stonewill, the group's technician. And if anyone asks for a description of Sam, you now have to fill out a card. And there's a queue line. There's an overwhelming demand, so I can't get to it today.
Man, it's a...
Does anyone hold like a phone call? Like, please hold.
Yeah, take a number.
It only happened once last session, and now you're putting restrictions.
Section, emails came through, the phones never stopped ringing. People were outside my house.
Oh man, Mr. Popular over here. All right, well, Sam Stonewell's. We'll do a quick little recap before we get into it, but he's been doing some things very interesting. And next up, we have Maxine Beck, played by Sean.
How's it going? I'm Sean. I'm also Asbiel, and I'm playing Maxine Beck, best marksman in town.
Yeah, so far the most, I think, what was termed the most competent member of the party.
Oh, definitely. By far.
She does get the most done.
Yeah. We'll see. Tonight might be a little interesting how it plays out. But next up, we have Cadin Lumin, played by Calvin.
Hello, Cadin. Person who's probably get us a bunch of shit because I'm winging it.
All right.
Now you're winging it?
Now you're winging, yeah.
No, I was winging it when we did this entire thing.
Oh.
So we'll see how it goes.
We sure will. All right. We have Daario Cortez, played by Sergio.
Hey everyone, Daario Cortez, your resident ranger of the group. Pleasure to be playing with everybody again.
And last up, Koji Akiyama, played by Corey.
Hello, Corey playing Koji Akiyama, currently sitting in a hot car in-game.
Hot car?
At least I imagine it's hot.
Well, yeah, we're actually going to be touching on that a little bit as we do our recap as well.
Nobody rolled the windows down.
I was like, Pete, you didn't leave the windows down before you left it?
Oh, man. All right. With that, let's get into a brief little recap of what happened last time and on previous episodes of Horizon Exploration. So the party has, after, gosh, how many episodes? I think like 15, 16 episodes, finally made it out of the wastes, away from a little caravan group that was run by a man named Banuk, and finally made it to one of the first major cities that they have found on the planet Aurora Green. And the location, Fontaine, which looks a little something like this. Very beautiful city, very much kind of untouched by the catastrophes that riddle the planet and bring much destruction and unfortunate hardships to many who live here. However, Fontaine, being a location surrounded today by very kind of large jutting crystalline mineral structures that were jut out, kind of very emerald, almost like the Emerald City itself. But there have been comments that this seems to deter the catastrophes from striking at or near Fontaine itself. So the citizens of Fontaine seem to be living very peacefully, enjoying their day-to-day lives and mulling about and doing their business. But the party first had made their way to the Fontaine Central Library, where they had met a man named Jack Finnegan, one of the prominent leaders of the Fontaine Council. And Jack, fortunately, the party was able to meet Jack through a mutual friend back when they had helped out Banuk in that caravan group. But after discussing with Jack and exchanging some contact information, they had decided to go in search for some more technical gadgetry, maybe doing some maintenance as well, maybe some upgrades, trying to find what they can in order to get themselves one step closer to finding this alleged Horizon core that they are out searching for. And they had made their way to the business market district of Fontaine and sought out a man who runs a business named John Grimes. Yes, John Grimes, who runs Grimes' shop. And unfortunately, he wasn't there, but they had met an employee who had given them some... What was it? I believe she had mentioned that John would be gone for about another hour, and Cadin, being the nice guy he is, had asked if there's anything that he could do for them, or that the party could maybe do for them in the meantime. And Gina, the lady that they were speaking to, had mentioned that there was some trouble with a recent business transaction, that the delivery of some technology, a gadget that they didn't know much about, but there was a large bill, 5 million, that they were expecting in payment for the delivery of the sensitive item, and the company that they had delivered it to wouldn't pay, and in fact refused to do so by injuring and hospitalizing one of the other employee members. So the party had decided to get some disguises and take on this, and headed over to the Nero Trade Company, which a couple of the party members are a little bit familiar with or have heard of once before. So now the group is at the Nero Trade Company, having gained their disguises. Real quick, why don't we go through the party briefly, and everyone mention kind of the disguise that they had picked out for themselves. So we'll start off with Maxine, Cadin, and Daario, since you guys, I believe, had very similar disguise attires. Not all at once now, fellas. Cadin, Cadin, you were the one kind of voicing the type of equipment. So yeah.
So the three of us, I believe, had the same outfit, and one of us was different. So we went with like blacked out gear with a mask, kind of some military-looking vests, just to kind of look kind of professionally military. One of us has a mustache on the outside of their mask for some reason. And the third person, I forget what they...
I think you're mixing someone up.
Am I mixing someone up? I forgot.
The mustache is in the car.
Yes.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yes.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So very, very kind of militia mercenary type gear, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then Koji, what did you pick out?
His standard, dress shirt, dress pants. Got the same kind of mask that everyone else was wearing, but he also got a fake mustache.
That's right. A fake mustache, just to make sure that, no facial recognition will be able to capture Koji here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Now, Sam, you went also a different route, but what did you pick out?
I went a totally different route. It was a travel streamer kind of person. I believe I had like long sleeve plaid shirt. I want to say cargo shorts, but I'm not. Maybe.
I think you did.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, cargo pants, long sleeve. Oh, you also grabbed a bulletproof vest.
I did. Yeah.
Yep. And you made quite the entrance last time into the Nero Trade Company, as the party had split off. Maxine, Cadin, and Daario were talking with the front desk, trying to gain access to some kind of a manager, with mention that this business that was unresolved. And they're kind of going back and forth, the reception guys being a bit difficult, trying to get some nuanced details and making a few calls, to see if, if they have time for this group here. Koji is kind of waiting outside at the car, keeping an eye on it, waiting for the signal to provide the backup as needed, as Koji does. And I think you're out there enjoying some of your Aurora Green Slim Jim snacks and whatnot. And Sam, you had met a guard who had initially tried to stop your wild entrance, a man named Frito, who with the nat 20, which you guys can actually see if I shimmy over to the side here a little bit, that nat 20 that you guys see in the game chat there is Sam being very convincing with his deception of how many people were watching. I believe you said it was like over 1 million.
Frito's a star. He doesn't know it yet. We're gonna make him a star.
Yes, and then Frito obviously did a little shout out to his lovely wife Mira, and had managed to convince the receptionist to give him a media pass for Sam as he kind of shows him around the basic floors of the Nero Trade Company. So, real quick, something new here. This is just, again, AI generated artwork for some vibes, but here is the Nero Trade Company, very contrast to much of Fontaine.
Ooh.
Get rid of some of these extra ones here. So currently, the party is infiltrating, accessing, checking out the Nero Trade Company. And that is where we're going to be starting tonight's session, episode 18.
Let's go.
All right. So, currently, just because it has been a full week already, inside, we have Sam, who is getting access. And actually, you know what? I think this is pretty appropriate, where we're actually going to go ahead and switch over to this little location here.
Nice.
Now, we're going to simplify. This is my first time kind of doing this with the NPCs, but we're going to use just the basic like chess pieces. And there's a few different ones. The pawns, you can imagine, are just your basic soldiers. The rooks are going to be the heavies. And as we encounter others, we will introduce them. Koji.
Don't worry, Frito. You're a pawn now. You'll become a queen.
Koji, outside on the vehicle. So currently the party is on the interior. And then Koji in the vehicle is outside. The exterior is going to be a bit abstract, and the front door has the two kind of more heavily guarded individuals, while the lobby still has a guard hanging back, while one is going to accompany Sam further inside. So for the time being, Sam, we're just going to drop you right there in the in-between.
And I'm blind.
And you're blind, correct. Actually, you know what? Here, we'll move you one more, but we're going to come back to you in a little bit.
Now I'm scared.
But the rest of you, Cadin, Maxine, and Daario, last thing you guys saw after Sam's entrance and the lobby kind of going quiet and observing and Frito getting him the pass, Sam gets ushered through these double sets of doors into what looks to be a security room, Sam. A little checkpoint. And Cadin, Maxine, Daario, you guys are still outside trying to convince the receptionist to get you to meet somebody. And I believe the last thing that he had mentioned before we wrapped up last week is that there was a manager from, I believe it was accounting, I had said, that is going to come down and see what you guys are talking about, and we'll maybe go from there. All right. So with that, episode 18. Let's go.
Yeah.
You say that every time now.
I can't stop.
I know, it's the cowboy blood. But best be careful. You don't want to haw your last E. All right. So, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. So as Daario, can I look around to see either like within this small room how many security cameras are around?
Yeah, there's like one in every corner, and then there's one behind the reception desk as well.
Okay.
Yep. And speaking of reception desk, let's actually drop the receptionist and other one there. So the handshake, these are just your common workers. So just depicting where various NPCs may be as we venture forward. So once again, the receptionist did mention to you all that somebody will be down in a little bit. So as much as I said that maybe we'll come back to Sam, I think Sam, we're actually going to start with you probably. Now that I think about it, because when you step in to the reception room here, or not the reception room, the security room, there is actually going to be an individual that steps through the door to your right up ahead, which is going to be depicted by the king, which is your VIP. And immediately behind comes through a hello, please move. The queen is going to be an elite. So queens are dangerous, right? Same in the game. This is a very veteran looking individual, or at least as far as you can tell, seems to be a kind of personal bodyguard and armed to perform such duties. And as he steps through, he almost bumps into you as you walk in with Frito. And the soldier, step aside.
Oh, excuse me?
He doesn't speak to you, but they will pass right by you and make their way into the lobby.
I keep filming camera towards them, and I look over to Frito. Frito? Who's that?
That's the big guy here. It's, you don't want to be on his bad side. He's always seems angry for some reason.
Does he have a name?
Mr. Cooper, but I don't actually know him very well.
All right, we'll try to stay out of his way. And universe chat out there, first silent person we first met here, Mr. Cooper.
While you're doing your little live stream, the other soldiers in the room. Hey, you there. Get over here. We need to scan you. Put your bags over here on the conveyor belt.
Me?
Yeah, you. Who else am I going to be talking to?
Oh, all right. I was just a little confused. I just got scanned out there.
Well, no. Shouldn't have gotten scanned out there. We don't have any equipment out in the lobby. Probably got your photo taken. Is that what you're confusing it with?
Yeah. Yeah, and I pointed towards my ID with my photo on it.
Well, we need to check your equipment. Put it right here. And he points kind of to his side. Right there.
I put down my stuff, my gear, my camera. I point towards my Omni device. Can I keep this on?
Yeah, those are standard issue. That's fine.
Alright, and then I go stand where he tells me to stand.
Yep. You just wait, and your items kind of go through a little security scan. As it doesn't kind of go through like an airport scanner. This one instead is a scanner that kind of goes over your items instead, and kind of clacks away at a terminal. And Sam, if I recall, your current equipment, you had brought your hammer, and you had also brought your what is it called again? The ROM pistol, was it?
The ROM pistol, yep.
Yeah, that
or
does the healing and injecting and all that stuff.
Yep, and all the various cartridges.
And did you have anything else in your pack that would be considered hazardous?
Maybe some old rations.
No, those should be fine. All right. We're gonna have to hold on to your. What is this? As he kind of picks up the pistol, looking item.
Be careful there. It's one of a kind.
All right. Well, we'll be careful. We're gonna have to put it back in the lockers back here before you continue into the company.
I reach for my warhammer.
No blunt weapons either.
There's neither. Okay. How do I get it back?
Well, when you leave, you're gonna be coming through here, and you just pick up your equipment. We know who you are now.
You sure you're not gonna confuse me with anyone else? Do I need a number?
Nah, you see cameras? We track everyone in here. We'll know where you are.
All right. Federo, let's continue on with this tour.
Oh yeah, let's move on. All right, universe, let's head over to the next room. This is a bit of a history hall, if you want to think of it that way, and he leads you over to the next room here, which is a big long hallway. And up along the walls are going to be various photos of the early days of Fontaine. There's some projected, what's it called? Like imagery that kind of cycles through, kind of like what you might see at a shopping mall, advertisement kind of thing. And it kind of goes through a bunch of propaganda for the Nero Trade Company, talking about, you know, trade and the future and luxury and elegance and all sorts of fancy buzz keywords, as well as, you know, looking at the growth of the company from a small half-sized building to the big massive skyscraper that it is now. And as you walk through,
Oh my god, guys, look at all this. This is when they were actually the Nero Trade Company. It's small as their name, but nowadays, far as their reach.
yeah, the stars are the limits here. And Nero Trade Company's been doing great things for not only Fontaine, but for Aurora Green as well. And here, let me give you the tour of each of these, as he starts going through photo and advertisement by advertisement to kind of give you a brief little history of each. But while he's doing that and you're making your way through this hall,
A little bit of a ways in, and you can cut and say, but a little bit of ways in.
Yeah.
I do want to tell him, Frito, everyone's watching, and I love what we're hearing, but this is stuff we can search up. Can you show me something that only these viewers can see? Something special?
I'm gonna have you give me a persuasion, and we'll say that this happens a little bit later, as you get maybe like
Okay.
halfway down, and you're just like, this is taking forever.
Can we roll now?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it now, and then I think with that we will come back as. Oh my god.
That one.
All right. Yeah, we'll come back to you in a little bit.
We've lost all viewers.
Dang, that's too real, man. Stop it. All right. So back in the lobby as we take another look at the other three. The individual with a very tough looking guard standing right by the door steps up to the desk. Actually, I'm going to move him right over there. And the receptionist, which I totally didn't forget what he sounded like, so we're just going to go with it. Oh, Mr. Cooper, you're here. I wasn't expecting you to be the one who was coming down. These are the individuals? I see. What business do you three have?
We're looking to get an issue resolved.
I'm gonna put my hand on Cadin's shoulder and just lean and say, "Excuse me, sir. May I?"
Sure.
I'm gonna step forward, and I would like to sort of, probably in kind of a roundabout way, start relaying more or less what Cadin was probably about to say, just stuff that we had already told to the receptionist. But I'd like to kind of weave in some double speak if I can, and see if these people might pick up on it.
Okay.
And try to subtly inform them that I am with ASEC, and that I have been given an authorization code to access resources with Nero Trade Company.
Okay. Real quick, what is your level distribution again?
Rogue 2, Fighter 1.
Okay, perfect. That's. I think we're both.
Double speak?
I think you're referring to the traditional Thieves Cant.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
All right. But yeah, you're welcome to do this. Is there, if there's anything in particular you're looking to do with that, though, let me know.
I mean, one thing, if I would be able to, in some way, relay the code I was given through my my Omni device before we entered the city.
Sure.
Otherwise, just trying to make it clear that I'm looking to tap into those Dynasty resources.
Okay. Yeah. How are you gonna? He's looking at you.
Well, you see, the thing is, I don't know how to do all this kind of doublespeak stuff, but my character does. Like, I don't know how this process would really go.
Okay. Give me a. Okay, so you want to relay the code, but you want to do some Thieves Cant. So I'm going to have you give me a history roll. And
how many times do you
give
blink?
it with advantage, because this is going to tie back to your backstory.
It's a 10.
10. I wish you didn't roll the average there. All right, let's go with. Okay, so there is a common phrase within Dynasty that you've picked up on, which is when you greet someone who is heavily involved in Dynasty, there seems to be a kind of like a challenge response type of question that you could ask. And God, what did I had this thought of, I didn't write it down, which is a mistake, as we all know, but give me 1 second here. It was, all right, we're gonna go with, has the rising sun what is the word I'm looking for? Is the rising sun... We'll just go with, has the rising sun treated you well? You rolled a 10. There we go. Yeah.
And that's like a phrase that, I guess that from my understanding, that's like a phrase that kind of relays some type of information.
You have no idea. You have little reason. No one here... Yeah, between Cadin and Daario, as you will hear Maxine greet the man, asking if the rising sun treats him well. That sounds like complete random gibberish to you. Like, what the hell does that mean? But yeah. But Maxine, I'm gonna have you play that out so that he will then give you his response.
So, with kind of the confirmation from Cadin, just kind of stepping in front of him, glancing to the guard, and then looking over the man, saying, "Hello there. Has Rising Sun treated you well?"
And with that, I'm gonna have you give me a persuasion.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. He is going to cock an eyebrow and looking at you. It has. I wasn't aware a friend would be paying us a visit. It would have been much more efficient had you come here through the normal channels. Why has my business here been disturbed? As he looks between you and the receptionist kind of looks down and shies away and kind of looks upwards to the group.
Well, it's been some time since we last spoke, and my associates here, as you can see, are not the ordinary sort. Things have to be done a certain way.
I see. Are you a resident of the city, or have you come here recently?
Recent.
He eyes you all. For longer than you'd like. Well, you are here. It seems that there is business to be done. Time is money, and I have very little of it. Let us move quickly. Come with me. As he steps aside and leads you all down the hall, guard kind of in between you and him. But you guys can all follow him through as he steps through here, and you guys can open the doors and yeah. And same deal, once you guys make it through, they're going to kind of wait there at the door, gesturing, the soldier at least gestures in the direction of the soldier behind where the scanner is. And he looks at you and gestures and talks to you guys to place your items. And real quick, did anyone bring anything potentially hazardous?
Did we leave our weapons behind? I can't remember.
I feel like you didn't.
I brought a pistol and a knife.
I think I just had my pistol.
Yeah, I think I have my SMG with me.
Cadin, are you
Does
able to move?
Cadin as a being count?
Pardon?
Are you able to
Does
move?
Cadin?
I just see black right now.
You just see black. Okay, hold up.
Try scrolling out.
Oh, I was way over in the... Okay. Yep.
Oh, nice. All right. And then Sam, what were you saying?
Does Cadin as a being count as something destructive?
Nobody knows about that. Hell, Cadin doesn't even know about that.
I'm starting to.
Starting to. All right, but yes. Place your items here, and you guys, I assume, will. Is anyone trying to conceal anything?
I will comply.
Same as Daario.
Yeah,
All right. Same spiel as when Sam came by. They're going to inform you that these items are not allowed on the premises unless you are part of the security detail, and they will be storing them in the lockers, which he kind of gestures back to the door roughly behind him. All right.
And sorry, as they pass through, are the guards, are they being let in through each place, or do they have to scan themselves, or is there some type of, like, I guess, method for allowing access as they go through?
What do you mean?
So through each set of double doors, is there like a scanner nearby that each guard needs to scan themselves for, or is there, like, let's say, a control room that's allowing people to pass through these different passages?
Gotcha. Yeah, it seems that there, as soldiers step up to the doors, if there are, like in this room in particular, it looks like the guard behind the desk is opening the hallway door opposite of him. But when you guys had entered this room, the doors just opened when you went to go walk through them. How they open, you're unsure. Maybe it's because the men in front were there. You're not entirely certain. Also, if we didn't do this last time, you guys were, before being led to this room, did get your photos taken and ID badges presented to you as well.
Okay,
Probably
thank you.
took our masks off for that, didn't we?
Because the big guys here, the receptionist didn't really make a big deal about it and just kind of wanted
Okay.
everything to move on. Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right. So your equipment has been kept for or set aside for safekeeping. And he, when it looks like you're all ready, he looks very impatient. His eyes, at least, and his posturing seems like, let's get things moving. But he looks back. All right, this way. Come on, quickly now. And he and the soldier walk through the hall, and Sam is still there with Frito chit-chatting as they pass by.
This is the 75th president of Nero Trade Company.
All right. Feel free to stack on top. It's going to be a tight little walk as we kind of, again, 5 feet. It's not a, there's a bunch of floors. It's pretty compact here. But, didn't mean to do that. He is going to lead you. And just for simplicity, I'm going to remove his token. And we're just going to go with the single one leading you by. But he's going to navigate north as this room here seems to have elevators leading up and down. And occasionally there are people who come in and out. The room up above seems to be kind of like a cubicle area, as there are people that are doing work. And making it over to the other room. This is also another kind of office area, which I forgot to put those guys in here. And finally, leading back kind of opposite of this room, taking you back to his office. Which is going to be, how am I going to depict all of this on here? Let's move this over. Let's get this kind of zoomed out a little bit. Cadin, you're going to lose everybody. Do you know where to go?
No.
Go north. Then to the right.
Well, Sam's still back there.
Sam is still back there, but Sam's...
I'm getting the full
Oh, right,
tour
sorry.
experience.
Exactly.
That's confused me. I forgot about that.
Yep. There you go. All right. Jeez. All right. As you guys are making your way and following them into this room, let's take a quick look at Sam. As Sam, you're there with Frito, trying to your best to make Frito feel all right, as he's absorbed. He is very prideful working here from the vibe you're getting. And if you take a look over here, now this was around the time when I had started years ago. I think it's been like 30 years
I
now.
hand the camera over and I go, Universe, look, it's Mr. Cooper again. Hey, what do you say? We go and see where he's going? Come on, Frito. And I start to do I follow, like after they've turned the corner, I start to walk behind.
He's gonna grab the back of your collar and try to prevent you from moving. So I'm gonna need you giving me a contesting strength roll. Or I guess in your case it would be athletics or acrobatics. Your choice of whether you're trying to dodge him or if you're trying to,
I guess, keep pulling. Whatever that is. So would that be athletics? Like if he does grab on and I keep trying to move forward.
Yep, so athletics is going to be more kind of a strength-based check, whereas acrobatics would be like you're trying to nimbly slide around him.
He grabs me, my neck gets tugged, and I fall on my butt.
It sure does. Oh, no.
What?
Listen.
You said he's a big guy. This for the views.
Trust me, his pay grade is way above yours or mine, and if we get on his wrong side, who knows what could happen. Let's finish up here. Look at we got a couple more left. I'll show you the track. We got a shooting range down here too. We can check out the garage.
Looking around, are there cameras in this hallway?
Yes, there's cameras in every room you guys have been in.
Okay. Yeah, let's keep going. And I look towards the one universe. Guess that's a mystery for next time.
All right. Sam, you're going to continue with Frito as you wrap up the last few. You're getting closer to the end, and we're going to focus on the group here. As Mr. Cooper is in the opposite of the room. There's a few desks kind of off to the side. There's a lot of monitors and screens, and actually I forgot to draw his desk, so let me add that real quick. We'll just put it right here. That's good enough. But yeah, he's up at his desk and looking at his terminal. So, you mentioned there was something unresolved. Well, from the records that I was able to look at, this has something to do with some technology that we had requested to be delivered. And our records indicate that this has been closed.
According to... So, we resolve issues for peoples, and according to our... I pull out the invoice. It has not been paid yet, and we were simply looking to get this resolved in both our favors.
You say it hasn't been paid, but my records say that it has been closed, meaning our business has concluded.
If you could provide me with a confirmation of that I could then resolve to the institution that failed to make the payment on your behalf, I'd be happy to go to them.
I see you're holding an invoice. Quite the old form of technology there. Can I send this to a device? Are you perhaps connected with the Dynasty network? Or any network for that matter?
As it happens, if you don't mind. Sir?
I'll nod my head.
As it happens, I think I'm expected to be the one to convey this recompense.
Is it now?
I would like to fish out my Dynasty visor Omni device.
Okay.
So, if you would, for everyone's sake, if we could just resolve this quickly. This transaction is very important. I hope you understand. So, if you could just do a transfer through me, I will handle it on behalf of our client.
Eyes narrowing, just for the split micro expression that it is. I see. And what sort of transaction are we talking about? Again, our records indicate that this transaction has already been completed and resolved.
Some of the people of the city, they're great people of the city, as you're well aware, one of them yourself. There are what some might say are lesser folk, and it's hard to convince those types that these things are settled when they're settled. And again, maintaining relations with this client is very important for my association here. So if you could assist me, it would be most beneficial so that I could ease a nagging problem for yourself and for my associates.
All right, give me a persuasion roll.
That's a nat 20 for a total of 19.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Well,
I can feel it tonight, guys. We're gonna charm the door.
he ponders, moving kind of left and right as he thinks about your words. I would like to propose something to you all. You seem to know your place within the Great Order. And it seems you understand how to bask in the light of the sun. This Grimes' shop, as he eyes something behind his own visor. They have been a bit of a inconvenience to us. Our business with them was meant to be purely confidential. They were supposed to make a delivery. We would provide payment, and there would be no records outside of our exchange. However, as he snaps his finger at the guard, pointing to you, Cadin, it seems that you have brought me something. May I? As the guard,
Ask for the invoice?
the guard steps in front of you and kind of gestures that you hand over the invoice. Yes.
The invoice. I will hand it to him, and I will also say that is part of why we're here. We understand the nature of the transaction. If the payment could be resolved, we would be open to the paperwork not being around anymore.
He takes it, brings it over to the big boy, and kind of steps back again. Yes. This is indeed an issue. And I take it that this is not the original copy.
No.
This is a problem for us. The item that we had requested, again, we wish to leave no trace of its existence. And yet, this here, as he waves the paper beside him, this here goes against our contract, which is why we have decided to give them a simple warning and close this transaction. And now, they send you. This is a problem for us.
When we are willing to work with you to resolve.
Or very well. Then I have a proposal. The 5 million that they wish to reclaim. I will pay you 10 million, double what we had offered them, to resolve our problem.
That's acceptable.
And he looks at each of you individually, trying to ensure that you'll understand his intentions.
I will, if I might be so bold to speak on our behalf once more, ensure that the problem is dealt with. But I hope you can understand, this is a difficult position that I am in, a balance that needs to be maintained. This problem will be resolved. The transaction will be cleared accordingly.
You understand what I am asking is that I wish for there to be no trace of this transaction.
I'm gonna look to the other two. You understand, I hope.
Daario's looking straight at Mr. Cooper. I guess kind of paying attention to his words the whole time. Is he coming from an intimidation perspective or
Definitely
more?
sounds like it.
I would seem so. Just want to confirm.
Yep. His voice is very steady and firm, and the implications, if anyone would like to... Actually, all three of you, give me an insight roll.
Just want to make sure if it's a place of fear or...
It's at 19.
Maxine with a 19.
Ooh,
Oh,
a 20.
Daario with
Lucky
a 23. Nat 20 on top of it.
An 8.
Cadin
9.
with a 9. All right. So yes, Maxine, Daario, the two of you seem to read between the lines. You seem to understand very clearly that what he is implying is that he wishes all traces, all loose ends, to be snipped away, removed, eradicated. He wants paper trail gone, and based on his hard, long expression about eliminating all traces, he means all traces.
I'm gonna step forward, not to cross the guard, but getting up to that point. And I'm just gonna gesture for Daario to move back. Say, as you said, there is a keen understanding of the order of things, and sometimes, for lack of a better word, orders from on high make requests like this a little difficult. You understand? I will do everything in my power to ensure that this will not be a problem for you, for Nero Trade Company, or anyone else. But certain balances, certain relationships must be maintained here in Fontaine.
Are you trying to tell us that there is a relationship with this shop, this backwater delivery service, that is more important than what we offer here? What your employer offers here?
Sir, if I may, if you have an understanding of the kind of business I deal in, you might understand that these things are complicated and at times seem downright illogical. So I'm going to need you, please, to understand. All right?
I'm going to have you give me a perception, or not perception, persuasion. Normal, yeah. Oh.
That's a natural one for a total of
Man,
0.
what is with the swinging rolls tonight? Holy crap, guys.
Was
We've had...
Maxine always
Both
Southern?
ends of the spectrum.
Man.
Doing the same thing.
Yeah, we ended on a nat 20 last session, and already in the first hour we've had 2 nat 20s and 2 nat 1s. Oh my god, guys, calm down. All right, well... You bring up an interesting point. However, I find it quite odd that you have entered this establishment without any trace of he ponders, looking towards the guard, but quickly turns back to you. Your 2 companions, may they step outside for a brief moment.
I'm gonna look back to Cadin, say, "Boss, I got this one."
I'll give him a silent head nod.
And Daario follows Cadin out.
All right. While you guys step out, let's refocus over to Sam as they are wrapping up, and Maxine is going to be having a little one-on-one with Mr. Cooper. But Sam, back to you.
Frito, you said you guys have a shooting range here? Oh, I bet the Nero Trading Company's got all sorts of weapons.
Yeah, we sure do. You wanna? There's some advanced tech that we're trying out. Maybe some of the soldiers over there will let us take a look.
Could you show us?
Of course. I'd be sure can. And with that, you're gonna go ahead and move to the next room with all the elevators, and he's going to navigate you up north.
Frito, how many companies does Nero Trade supply weapons to? Do you guys supply Dynasty and those Akiyama folks?
Oh, well, no, we don't really supply weapons to the outside. I mean, the Nero Trade Company, as he kind of looks into the camera as he speaks, the Nero Trade Company really isn't specialized in weapons per se.
As he's speaking, I'm zooming into his nose.
But it's more about various technologies, how we can take advantage of new materials and pave the way for the future. Of course, the universe is a dangerous place, and we play a role in helping to protect one another, and some of our weapons and the technology behind it is used for those purposes. But as far as supplying things to Dynasty, I mean, Dynasty is huge. Dynasty doesn't necessarily need the Nero Trade Company. Not to mention Akiyama. I mean, Akiyama, I don't really know much about Akiyama personally, but I hear it's really nice there. Have you been?
No, not yet, but they're on our travel list.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the next year or so, but we're on our way there. I bet all the folks on Quibi would love to see Akiyama.
Yeah.
What do you folks? If you'd like to see it, drop a dono. Say press 1 in the chat.
Yeah. The Akiyama is quite known for as like a travel spot. I know back in the day, there was I don't know. It's been a while since I've heard stories about it, but when I was younger, people would travel there from Aurora Green and go to the Akiyama beaches, and they had beautiful flower fields. There was it's supposed to be really nice. Yeah, check it out.
Everything aside from what's happening here in Aurora Green, which is really sad, would you say that Akiyama has closed off their borders?
That's you're asking the wrong guy. I'm born and raised here. I haven't really left Fontaine in years. I mean, especially since I've been at the Nero Trade Company for almost 3 decades now.
Oh, who could blame you? Look at this place, Fontaine. What a beaut.
It sure is, isn't it? And the Nero Trade Company being one of the key pillars of Fontaine, it really plays a big role in making sure that the people are safe and the businesses are successful and all sorts of stuff we do here. But yeah, let's go check out the shooting range as we're passing through here. Right, we have many of our techs working out algorithms, trying to find new connections, new ways to use again those materials we talked about.
Does most of what I see going around just look like general science things? Does anything stand out as like specifically like technician technology? Like, does anything catch my eye?
Not from not from a technician's point of view. A lot of the goods here are very specific to Aurora Green, and pretty much specific to Aurora Green and Fontaine in particular.
Cool. So I don't need to murder anybody. Cool. Secrets are safe.
Dang. But as Frito continues and kind of points out the various kind of work labs and the workstations and some of the research that they do here, you catch a glimpse of Daario and Cadin. Cadin, you're able to move yourself? Come on, buddy. But Cadin and Daario are kind of outside over here. As you continue making your way up, passing a guard to this door up here.
Passing by, and I see Cadin and Daario. These folks don't look like workers here. You guys even know the tours? And I point my camera towards these two fine gentlemen. Hey, say hello to the universe.
Looking stern.
Daario does a little wave, like the little tinkly waves with the little fingers.
The
Hello.
toodaloo.
yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
What are you guys here for? And then, is the door behind Cadin closed?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna stay silent, cross-armed, and look stern.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you guys stay, maybe smile a little bit, and then if anything goes wrong, just give me a snap. And then I walk back, following Frito.
All right.
He's up north from me. Did he go north?
Yep, up north, and he's again pointing out more labs, more workers, and takes you all the way to the other end. And passing through this door, there is another hallway. This one, however, unlike the earlier one, is very kind of clean, much like much of the interior. And he walks over to the door over here, where you see a soldier standing with what looks to be some kind of an advanced looking rifle. Looks very akin to the rifle that Maxine uses.
Oh, hello, sir.
And he's firing and doesn't really seem to notice that you guys have entered. But as you're in here, Frito kind of speaks up. Yeah, look at that. He's actually using one of our new plasma techs. You can see that the targets down range, they kind of just evaporate. It's pretty cool if you ask me. But definitely not something for civilian or pedestrian use. That'd probably be a bit too dangerous.
Bro, plasma? That's like the really hot foil, right? How did you get it to go so far? Do you mind if I set my camera up here just to film us as we're doing this? And I angle my camera just kind of on the corner so I'm not holding it anymore, so my hands are free.
So you're like propping it, is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it's mostly facing us and less the target or targets.
Sure. Is there something you'd like to do in here, or else we're gonna probably pivot back to the other group?
I want to look at the guns and see if I can understand the guns better. Whether it's how to turn on and off the safety of these particular guns. I want to get a feel for how to shoot these guns better, because they're not like standard weapons I'm used to using.
Sure.
So I want to try that. I also, I mean, I'm sure everything in this firing range is meant to test like the limits of a gun, right? Can I tell, like, if it's a plasma weapon, does it decrease in damage after a certain range?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna have you give me a we're gonna go with perception as you observe. We're gonna go with a science as you try to understand.
Perception.
And then we're also going to go...
Science.
Yeah, we'll leave it with those two. Okay. So, yeah, being a piece of technology that you're not super familiar with, right, from the technicians have, like tractor beam type gear, equipment, where they can kind of capture objects at range and kind of move things around that way. A lot of the ships, especially at the mining operations, tend to have things like that. They're also able to make like kind of force bubbles, which you've shown the party that you can do as well through your abilities or your technology.
Does Does the other guy stay here the entire time I'm shooting, and that Frito is shooting with me? The guy who's already in here.
So initially, yeah, no, you're coming here to observe, not to test.
Oh, I don't get to shoot it. Okay.
But
Okay.
as you're taking a gander at it, the weapon itself, right? Again, different technology, and there seems to be a lot of like internalized components that are kind of covered by outer shelling or outer shielding. However, you do notice that the longer he sustained kind of shoots, the more the what's the word I'm looking for? The dissipating kind of heat, right, distorts the kind of air around him, and it seems really, really hot as the dude is wearing very heavy kind of gloves as he's shooting the thing, and it seems to be wearing.
Overheat?
It's not overheating, but it is getting hot around it, right, especially
Okay.
where the main mechanism is. You also spot that he, in a couple cases, seems to hold down the trigger to kind of charge it up, and that seems to ensure that the plasma that's being shot out actually goes farther. So you do notice that when he shoots at the closer targets, it's pretty consistent, but when he quickly shoots at the farther targets that are, what is that, like 30 feet away or whatever it is, it does definitely seem to lose some of the impact. I mean, it still looks like it hurts, but it doesn't just like punch right through it and create, a small little hole. But when he holds it down, it does go further and seems to retain some of it at the expense of fire rate, right, is what you see. But Frito...
Two questions for Frito.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Frito,
Yeah.
are these just test weapons? Or, I mean, I know you guys are experts and all, but are these live weapons? Would they work outside?
It might be possible to use them outside, but I probably wouldn't. I mean, unless they hit mainstream. A lot of the stuff we do here, sometimes, when we test out like certain energy-based weapons, we just plug it right into the wall. And he kind of points to the ground behind the guy shooting, and there's like these little, what is it, like 120 volts or whatever, large plugs.
They haven't fixed the battery problem in this future.
No, it's not an issue of the battery being a problem. It's easier to just plug it in to our main power source rather than to test cartridges, especially if they are like prototypes. I mean, we've had cases in the past where after prolonged use, maybe a new fusion cell erupts on us, and it could be quite dangerous. I mean, I'm obviously not part of the testing team. I mean, that's why he's so heavily geared, but
Oh, stop that. You know what, Frito? Oibet, everyone watching, your family included, would love to see you shoot this gun. Come on, I know you got some training. Look, I'll stand over here. I'll film you.
I'm gonna have you give me a persuasion.
Persuasion. Come, I gotta get one good roll tonight, right? Come on.
We'll see.
Middle of the range.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. All right, let me go ahead, and that's not quite high enough to auto succeed. So,
God, I hate playing low charisma characters.
and you play low charisma characters, and you play all charisma, bro. All right. He looks hesitant for a brief moment, but with mention of his family and looking back towards the camera, he kind of gives a shy smile and. Yeah, let me see if it's maybe something I can try. And he walks up to the guy and talks to him a bit as he gets his attention, gets him to stop, and the dude actually hands Frito the gun. And all right, well, Sam, come here. It's you said I could take a few shots. Just
Yeah.
Says I just don't fire it too much and don't hold the trigger down.
I want to get close to him and ask him, could you show me how do you use this thing? And then take a few shots. DM, what I want to try to do is take his keep card pass that he gets around the building with.
Okay, sure. Yeah. As a security guard, he does have some kind of a pass that he uses.
Apparently, you're our rogue.
So while he's kind of talking about it, he's go ahead and give me a deception roll.
I do want to stand between like him and the cameras in the room so the cameras wouldn't see like. Because there might just cameras behind us in corners, right?
The cameras are Yes, there's two where you guys are on each corner, and then
There's one in each corner behind us. Oh boy.
I'm telling you guys, dude, there's all cameras everywhere. This is dystopian future 2177, man.
Hold on, let me think about this.
Or did I say 22? But while you're thinking about it, so let me go ahead and prop it here. There's like a little tripod he puts it on, or puts it down on and settles it. All right, so the trigger, typical rifle from the looks of it, doesn't really have too much of a kick from what I can tell. And whatever you do, don't push this red button on the side. But if we aim here and he takes a couple shots, poof, poof, and it fires down range. So short bursts seem to be pretty easy. Really low recoil too, pretty impressive. I'm actually kind of want one of these now. But if we hold it down, and when he holds it, you can see the vents on the side begin to kind of, almost like a GPU fan that's going off. It begins to whir, and he's kind of 1, 2, and he fires and shoots at the farther target, goes right through it. Haha, and there you go. There you go. Pretty cool.
Okay. Oh boy, jeez. I ask. Shit. Okay. I do stand on one side of him between the one camera on the corner I'm at and him, and I do try to take his key badge.
All right, I'm gonna have you give me a sleight of hand roll.
Guys, I thought about 5 different scenarios, and none of them worked. So I hope this works out.
Ooh,
18.
that is a
so small.
solid roll.
I'm like the swap meet Doctor Strange.
All right, so yeah, you covertly go to try to swipe his key card, and as far as you're aware, Frito doesn't notice. The guard next to him doesn't notice, and the alarms don't start ringing. So far, maybe you succeeded. And with that, let's pivot back to Maxine, who is speaking with Mr. Cooper. And Cadin, Daario, you guys are just kind of keeping guard outside. Is that the posture I'm seeing there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Maxine, Mr. Cooper has asked the other two to head out. You're here alone with him. The other guard actually will posture himself into the corner back here again, back of the room. So, is it my understanding that you are a member of Dynasty? Muted, Maxine?
Even he doesn't know.
Sean?
Haha, maybe.
Oh, here.
There we
What's
go.
up, yo?
There you go.
Back?
There
Hey,
we are.
yay.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes. All right.
Insert quarters.
Okay, what was happening? I'm gonna give a slight nod and say, when I entered the city, I was given an authorization code to access some resources here.
Where are you now? Well,
now, if you would yeah, if you would be so kind as to take a look, you should be looking for Echo 3152.
I see. All right. A moment here as he pulls up his device and hand up to his visor. Echo 3152. I see. Interesting.
Now,
Ominous.
what I've come here for is assistance. The mission that I'm on, and in doing so, if I can provide some service for some good friends, then all the better. Now, this shop it's nothing, but these nobodies that I have to work with
Oh, wow.
do not have it in themselves to do what you need to be done, what you want to be done. But I can ensure that what needs to be done is taken care of. And what needs to be done and what you want to be done may not be the same thing, and I'm going to need you to understand and accept that. These people that I have to work with are involved with something very important that is getting Dynasty something very important.
I am well aware of what we are looking for on this planet. I have helped to get the Nero Trade Company where it is today in search of that goal. And after all of our efforts, we have still not found any clues of its whereabouts. And as such, now we have decided to outsource. Which is why we have sent down countless number of individuals from all over the sector, and with each group, a Dynasty operative. What makes you think that your group is so special?
Because none of these others that are doing what needs to be done have managed to make the contacts that I have. They don't have the ins with the people that understand deeper goings on in this place than even locals do.
Well, if you wish...
I can't divulge everything to you, security of the mission and all, but I can assure you what you need done will be done. I need to maintain these relationships with these people. All right? So you need to help me out so I can help you out.
He doesn't... Give me a persuasion or an intimidation, your choice. Or I guess deception could play a role too, depending on what your goal here is.
I'll go ahead with the intimidation, kind of trying to strong arm
What
him
the
a little bit.
what is wrong with you? What the...
Natural 20. This is absurd.
What is happening tonight, you guys?
The most capable character in our team.
He's the only competent one.
She does everything right. Maxine can do no
God.
wrong.
All right, this game is wild tonight. Let's go. All right. Initially, he looks unimpressed, but the more you go on, the more you start to see a bit of doubt in his eyes, and he looks at you long and hard as you speak. Okay. Let's say there is value, weight behind your words, behind what you believe. You have yet to give me a shred of anything. I am willing to pay 10 million to have my problem resolved. If you are telling me that with my contribution, you will be able to find more success in what Dynasty wishes on this planet, then I am willing to contribute. However, before I provide you with any sort of aid or compromise, you have yet to give me anything. Give me a taste of what you know, and I will determine if it has value in this transaction.
You know of Ederson, where this all started?
I am familiar enough.
You know of the Embers, who have taken to parading around like some would-be, what, government of their own twisted sort?
As I understand, Ederson is a lost cause, and these Embers, these parasites, they frolic around as if they own Ederson, as if they are making it grow and better. But no. Look at what we have done here in Fontaine. This is what they should strive for, but these Embers? What are you proposing?
They're fools. They're... worse. They're zealots. Rallying behind this figurehead that, at a glance, appears to be just that. But this person, they have impressive power that has led them to rapidly attain a following that they should not, that this, street scum shouldn't be able to. And this power has guided them to secret places that they have found the means to access that has been locked off to others.
Are you implying that they know where the core is?
They have been finding clues that has been leading them on a path. If they attain what they seek with the twisted phenomena that this Ignis is capable of, it can only mean harm for those of us who are doing what's right, what is best for the people. We would guide people to comfort, luxury. You're well aware. Look what you've done here. And you can see, just look beyond the walls, what they have done and what they will spread to everything that we hold dear. They rally behind this person like lunatics, zealots, like I said. And they're not going to stop, but if we can find the core using what information I am attaining through them, we can be ready to nip this whole thing in the bud.
He looks very prideful as you talk about what they've accomplished, and with the promise that, with the insight that you seem to be bringing to the table here, he looks very interested, invested almost, and I think we can work something out. And again, snapping his fingers, gesturing to the guard to the door. Cadin, Daario, the door beside you opens up, and the guard is there. You can come back in now. And he kind of steps aside. But Maxine, he looks to you and the others walking in. Very well. I still wish my transaction to be closed and done with. Bring proof that you have taken care of it, and I will grant you the 10 million promised. As for what lies to the east in Edrison, if what you say is true, then perhaps we will be able to provide you with more support, but first thing is first. I must know that I can trust you to do what needs to be done.
What needs to be done?
And perhaps once this is all over, and this being, this thing that you claim exists, is dealt with, then perhaps the planet will strive and our influence here can reach further than simply the protection of Fontaine. What say you all?
I am agreeable. I want to see what can be done here is done.
Protection beyond Fontaine, protection for all that is good and right in this world and beyond. Of course.
Very good. Maxine, I suggest you turn your Dynasty device back on. I do not know if you are aware, but you are currently flagged by the company.
These things happen.
That tends to be what happens when you go as you put it. And his eyes seem to unfocus and look at something in his visor. Deep cover?
Well, it is what it is, but we really should be getting on our way, don't you think? Take care of this issue as quickly as possible.
He gestures out in your direction and over to the door. By all means, I have work to attend to. I will be holding on to this as he gestures to the paper. When you are completed our arrangement, find us again. You can let the front desk know that I will be expecting you.
Will do. I'll turn back to Cadin and Daario, gesture to the door, and start moving that way.
Well, follow.
You guys start to head out, and Sam?
Is he following us sitting at his desk, or is he like, what's he doing as we leave? Is that invoice like just center, like in the middle of his desk, completely visible?
Give me a perception roll with disadvantage as you try to get a glimpse of it as you're being ushered out by the guard by the door. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. He actually takes the paper, he holds it up in front of him, and when he goes to put it down, he doesn't put it down at his desk. He actually puts it into a what's it, like a paper shredder type of a thing that just it destroys it.
He destroys it. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, shit, I thought he said he was holding on to it, but okay.
All right. As you guys start heading out, Sam and Koji's outside, just like, man, they sure are taking a while.
Imagine he's kind of falling asleep on the car.
Yeah.
Like leaning up against it.
Is Koji doing anything out there?
Yeah, is Koji doing anything out there other than kind of snoozing?
I imagine he'll like go and get food for everybody at some point.
Okay.
Seeming like, oh yeah, this obviously isn't going to shit. I'm kind of bored.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about Fontaine's fine dining cultural cuisine?
Yes, please, Dre.
Okay.
Hear every restaurant in this side of town.
Every restaurant. Oh boy. Oh
This is
boy.
again top 10.
All right. All right. Well, maybe we'll get to that when Koji's heading back. But you know, they got your typical sandwiches. They got some. They got your. What did you guys have? You got wings, obviously. It's your typical bougie fucking coastal city type vibes in the city here. So you'll find plenty of seafood. They do have a lot of seafood out here. There is ocean near Fontaine, right? There's not a whole lot of like beef type meats. It does seem to be a lot of green food and fish food. But you did have like wing type food when you were at the little pub earlier. So those seem to be pretty popular. There's a lot of like kebabs and like meats that are, I don't want to say processed, but kind of mixed together. And that seems to be very big. So very Mediterranean kind of style area. Very kind of Spanish fused with maybe Greek and a bit of kind of SoCal coastal type food is what you'll find here.
All right. Koji's gonna look for a good Euro place.
Cool. Yeah, you'll find some like sandwich kind of wraps and such.
Yeah, just get a couple of euros, couple of sandwiches for everybody.
Cool. All right. And that's gonna run you. We'll go with like. What is it? It's gonna be 5, 10. You said a couple for everybody?
Well, like just a couple in general. Probably one, maybe two for everybody.
Got
Sandwich
it.
and a bag of chip,
Yeah.
something like that.
Okay. Yeah. So that's gonna be like 8. We'll go with like 10 per 5, and then that's. Yeah, it's gonna be like 5K. 5K.
Fucking inflation.
5,000 credits for. It's pretty reasonable. What do you mean? But
I paid for the experience.
yeah. But Sam, as you guys are, they were out there talking for like a good 10 or so minutes, 10, 15. Frito finishes up kind of shooting and showing you the gun.
I'm gonna look into the camera and Frito behind me. Alright, Universe, that's the tour of Nero Trade Company. Thank you all for watching. Catch us next time, okay? Goodbye, everybody. I shut it off.
As he hands over the gun. Well, but what about the gym and the garage?
Well, we'll catch them part 2, but you guys have got to have a cafeteria, right? I'm starving.
Well, we don't really have a cafeteria here. If you want to eat, there's plenty of food nearby.
Well, why don't you come with me?
Oh, no, I'm still on the clock. I mean, I already stepped away from my post. So here, I'll take you to the front, and then maybe when you come back for that part 2, we could maybe grab a bite.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
All right, let's go.
As we're walking, do doors open as we walk through them now? Like I earlier you were saying like we don't really understand how they work.
So yeah, the doors will still open. It seems to be like proximity for the most part.
Cool.
Yep. There are like touchpads next to them. So every door still has like a more manual way of opening in case camera goes down or who knows what the deal is. But yeah, you did pocket his card, right?
So oddly, I am walking just slightly in front of him, but I'm walking back the direction that we came from.
Yep. So by the time Maxine, Cadin, and Daario, you guys can make your way out as the guard that is in the room with you all is kind of trailing behind you. I'm not going to move him just because, but he's keeping an eye, assuring you to the lobby. Cadin.
Yeah. Sorry, I gotta move my character. I'm not used to having the map. Close my sheet here.
Not used to being an active participant of the video game.
I can't.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hold up. I'm just gonna drag you. Hold up. I'm just gonna move you. All right. There you go. And then Sam, you're gonna get there a bit after everybody, so we'll actually keep you here. Oh, don't forget also, as you guys make it to the security checkpoint.
Yeah. I would like to pick up all my weapons
Yep.
and things.
So what's interesting is when you actually walk down that hall that had all of the kind of photos and kind of history of the Nero Trade Company, once you get to the security room, the guard actually steps out of the back room, which if you get a glimpse inside, seems to have a bunch of lockers. There's some soldiers in there as well. But as you step in, they already pulled out all of your gear and hand it to you one by one as you walk by. And thank you for coming. See you next time. And you guys, Maxine, Cadin, Daario, you guys are in the lobby, and a moment later, Sam will walk through with Frito.
Thank you, Frito. This is a great time. I actually got like 5,000 subscribers off of this one group, so this was great. Great day.
Oh no, it was Sam. This was a breath of fresh air. It was a good change of pace. Let me know how it does. Yeah. Do you have like an Omni device or something we could exchange contacts?
We do? Yeah.
All right. Frito will exchange his contact info with ya.
Cool. I add him. By the way, while this is not a real stream of Sam's, I would like to believe that he thinks he would get a lot more than 5,000 viewers or subscribers every time. So
Yeah.
pure deception.
All right. But with that, Frito ushers you out to the lobby, and you guys, you managed to catch a glimpse of Daario, Cadin, and Maxine kind of heading out the front door.
I'll follow out nonchalantly just behind them.
All right. So, as you guys step out, I think we're going to take a brief little break, a 5-minute break or so here at this point. But, oh boy, what a pendulum of dice rolls so far. Holy crap.
Yeah, can we just get some like average 15s for a while?
Yeah, no joke.
Heart can't take these nat 20s and nat 1s.
Yeah, and a bunch of 10s and 11s and 9s, apparently.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are just left, right, and center tonight. But yeah, everyone out there, we will be taking a quick little bio break and topping off glasses. And yeah, when we get back, we're going to see the party finally regroup. Koji's going to be at the car here soon with a bunch of food, waiting for the others to return as he stands there, totally not Koji, with his mustache.
Our
right?
last
Different
hour is the
person.
Koji show.
Pretty much. We'll see. But with that, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So hang tight, go top off your glass, and we'll see you all here very soon. Be everyone.
Sam doesn't know what you could do anymore.
Actually, I did almost blow up the tent we were in, so I guess you kind of did. So
Hold up, the interface is acting up. Hold up, let me actually. I'm gonna have to figure out why it's doing that. All right, that looks good. All right, we are back, everybody. Welcome back to Horizon Exploration, episode 18. As the group just finished up at the Nero Trade Company, talking to a Mr. Cooper, as Cadin, Maxine, and Daario went to go inside to address some business, a business transaction, and with the connections and some lingo that Maxine had dropped, managed to, we'll say, make some progress for a little bit here. And Sam got to see some of the weapon tech that Nero Trade Company is working on through a little plasma rifle from the looks of it, and had a little tour with the guard Frito, who was in the lobby and kind of accompanied Sam throughout the establishment. And as the party makes their way outside, they kind of discuss and we'll start heading back to the vehicle, which is kind of parked around, if I recall, like in between a couple buildings in an alley of sort, with Koji, who is kind of maybe has the trunk popped and is kind of sitting there looking at the building while he's munching away at some euros.
Hey guys, got everyone some food.
Boys?
enough for that one.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
On the way to the vehicle, I just want to do like a quick personal sweep for any kind of I don't know, doing a quick bug sweep on myself and the other two.
Smart. Smart.
That's what I would do if I was entirely sure and I worked for a shady megacorp. I would put bugs everywhere. I'd bug the hell out of the galaxy.
Oh, okay. Calm down, Watergate.
Oh, I'm muted. Give me an investigation as you kind of pat everyone down and you're looking for any sort of taps or, little gadgets that are lying about on anybody.
It's a 10.
Yeah, Maxine kind of starts patting herself down. She kind of goes around and starts touching all of you. And Maxine, you don't find anything. But yeah, you guys are a little surprised with Maxine's sudden pat down.
So, what'd you guys find?
I looked.
We have more or less got what we needed.
Did he actually transfer us anything, by the way, while we were there, or did he just say he would? I forgot to ask.
You didn't get the receipts?
I believe he wants us to do the work first.
I got you.
Maxine, what was everything at the end there? Sounded like, did you talk with him about Dynasty and Idris? He talked about it being.
Wait, you were there for that technically.
We were in the room at the time.
Yeah, he brought you two
right,
back in and said some things. I told him what I'm doing.
Did he seem pretty receptive of it?
I think he understood the importance of the message I was trying to convey. Yes. Either way, we gotta take care of this contract issue, and we should be doing pretty good.
Did you find out what their motivation is, what their goals are?
Well, going into this, I mean, I know why I'm here. That's about as far as any of that goes. There's enough separation of the way these things work, you know what I mean? So, I didn't want to try to push or pry and make things harder. Just came in looking to achieve what we came here to achieve.
I look towards Cadin with a little bit of a bit of a side eye. Like, almost like, do you get that? Or do you believe that? But it's more of just a glance.
I'll like shrug.
Is that a euro?
It is.
Oh, can I have one?
Yeah. Koji will kind of
Sweet.
like hand him a box.
Little $5 Euro box.
Excuse me. How many thousands of credits did this cost?
$500
It's like a 1,000 euro box.
credit Euro box.
So we eat, and then what's next?
Well, the mission is to remove any trace of the transaction. I think it made it clear to him that his preferred methods wouldn't be doable given the circumstances. So
I had a feeling that would be the case. I was hoping we would be able to come to an understanding with John.
that is the hope. But we're also going to need some sort of evidence that the work is done.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
What do you all mean? Sure, what evidence? What work?
The evidence of the transaction.
the contract that they had went with was set up in such a way that these people shouldn't have been keeping record like they have.
So they don't want to have any record of the transaction on their systems?
Right.
I think I might be able to help with that. And I whip out Frito's key card. Or you could get us inside.
Well, we need to get rid not on their side, on John's side.
But if they don't know, if it's clear on their side, what do they know?
We have to go to them and tell them that we got rid of the paper copies that John has.
And
But
that
they can
is
prove
the
that.
evidence that we need.
Pardon?
You're saying that we have to get rid of evidence and then tell him it's gotten rid of, but you could come to him with nothing and say it's done.
That's not how evidence works.
Yeah, I don't think he'll pay us for that.
I've been
And
working for
since
John.
we came here to do a favor for John, and to accomplish that favor, we're gonna need to make sure he holds up his end of the contract. All right. Now,
Okay.
if we don't do that, someone else is going to take care of the problem.
And not nearly as respectfully.
So we take care of the problem. We make sure it's done right.
But does
And
we hurt John in this erasing of transactions?
It's for his own good. If we don't, his entire shop might burn down.
his
It might
company
be
just
for his
needs
own
the
good.
money. If he gets the money, he should be square. If he's going to raise a fuss about it, we make it clear that it's for his own good, for the safety and security of himself, his family, and everyone he holds dear, and all those connected to those that work for him. There is a thoroughness to the way these things go.
But the man did a
Believe
job.
me.
The man did a job. You're now saying that you gotta wipe it off the transactions? Sure,
He's gonna get paid.
In the understanding of the job, there was not supposed to be a record. He did not hold up his end of the deal, if that was true.
And either way it goes, he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get what he needs. It's all gonna work out fine for him. The records of the transaction do not matter to his business.
Is we gonna bring this up with John? Or are we doing this all clandestine?
Let's bring it with John first. It's the easiest way.
If we can convince him and figure out what we can do to be provided with evidence that the task is done, he might have better insight. He knows how his business is run. He knows what records they keep, where they keep them, and how they're kept.
And what, pray tell, are you gonna offer him to get rid of this records?
The $5 million he wants.
He sent us here to get him his money. That's what we're doing.
Plus having him destroy, delete, erase the records.
Like
That's how we get him his money.
Exactly.
All right, I'm just saying it doesn't. If I were a man here making my wages on the work I do, and now you're telling me that all of a sudden I can't say what I did, I would be against it. But hey,
Sam,
I'll
that's
follow you.
understandable, and if that's the case, you would be the kind of person who should not take this contract in the first place. But John took this contract with the understanding that there should be no record of it. And if that is true, he has not done the work he promised.
Put it in another way, he has not been a man of his word, Sam.
While we're talking along those lines, who's to say these guys don't come and just burn down John's place anyways? That's what my family would do.
We'll deal with that.
It'd be a waste of 10
million.
million.
Like straight all of a sudden, like my head just snaps around.
They're looking to pay us 10 million to do this. Why would they do that if they're just going to send other people to burn the place down anyway? It's a waste of resources, and corporations know how to waste resources.
That will be their recourse, I believe, if we do not resolve the issue for them.
Why didn't you say they were paying 10 million in the first place? I'm in.
Oh shit, we didn't tell you that. Right. By the way.
It's also a payday. Congratulations.
We're now officially Arcturus fixers for the High and Mighty.
All right. Well,
this actually worked out
again. I put away my card. the guard card.
The guard card? That's officially its name now, by the way. It rhymes.
Yeah.
So I guess we head back to John's. Unless we want to grab something along the way.
Just a quick question for, I don't know if it's for Maxine or for the DM. Do I recognize if the weapon I use was an improvement from what Maxine's weapon is?
You've never used Maxine's weapon, so you have no idea.
I've seen her fire it.
You have seen it. Maxine's weapon and the plasma gun, the plasma rifle, seem different. Like okay. Maxine, yours was energy, right? Using a power cells, if I recall. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's the difference of plasma and energy. The plasma seemed to have like a bit more destructive power, but at the same time, you've seen what Maxine has. You know, the end result of Maxine's, the other end of Maxine's rifle.
She's already destructive. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're not really sure what would change had Maxine used, say, what you had tried.
Okay. I do just want to show Maxine. What was in there? I think they've developed weapons that are kind of like yours. Maybe it's standard issue.
Do you have like a video or photo of it? Did you take any while you were in there? You had your phone. I just don't know if you were actually recording or not.
Yes.
I need to.
We do. Everyone, come look at this, and you see it's a 3-hour-long vlog. I mean, fast forward here.
The entire first half is all just Frito talking.
Yeah. It's all everyone who's all the history of this fucking company.
Mhm.
I think my favorite thing is the fact that like I think we're gonna like accidentally. I think Sam's gonna start vlogging and actually become like a content creator.
Oh my god.
Then accidentally we're gonna create a company called Arcturus that fixes shit for people. But it was all just like a ploy to start.
No, the worst is I have all this material. Quibi only lets me post 15-minute videos.
Quite a bit there.
Oh my god.
Also, 155 of the tour.
Yeah, but I do show everybody my the like at least the shooting range, the important parts of it, you know.
Okay. Yeah, you guys
So
spend
good.
like 5 minutes or so as you're kind of skipping through it and shows you.
Oh, I mean, it looks like it'd be good for, I don't know. Not quite looking for the precision, but more fucking
The
shit up.
impact, the damage.
I
Yeah.
mainly deal in, you could call it soft targets. So the fine precision of mine, standard issue, at least for my little subsection of the whole organization. They don't give just everyone these things. That you don't care about how military organizations work. Point is, this thing looks like it would tear some shit up. Mine is meant for putting someone down quickly and clean. Relative. Cleanly is very relative.
Let's go this way. His is a knife. That's a chainsaw.
Something like
Yes, sir.
maybe they're looking for something to take down, lightly armored targets, or depending on how heavy this thing actually hits, some chunkier things, maybe stopping some light vehicles, that sort of thing. But
No offense
mine,
to these folks here, but honestly, they're still very remedial. They're still trying to build the biggest dick, you know.
What? What?
Trying to have the strongest weapon. How they can make the biggest explosion.
the
Oh,
arms race is all about making the weapons that beat the armor, and then making the armor that beats the weapons. It's an eternal conflict. So it's less about showing off. Of course, if you're the guy who makes the bigger gun, you do win. But I mean, there's always going to be harder armor and stronger weapons. So I mean, well, you couldn't possibly tell me your people have like solved the arms race. I won't believe it.
Well, that's a short-term view. We don't solve the arms race. We sell the arms race.
It's a bunch of prosthetic arms.
Yeah, it's actually all arms. And we hold a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
on their arms? They walk on their hands, do they?
Yeah. You still want to get the fastest record.
I'll have to go view this contest at some point.
You'll love it.
Okay.
It happens.
The thing we'll do when we're visiting. I assume we're like on our way back to John's while we're talking all this shit.
Might be worth noting to all you that we take care of this task for the big man upstairs, and well, you do favors. Maybe you earn some favors.
That was my understanding when I proposed the idea.
He offered the payment, but it seemed to suggest that, well, I mean, if the mission goes well for the whole organization, then some recognition is going to need to spread around.
I'm hoping you sort of, I believe from your, actually, was I there when you gave him? No, I wasn't. I believe we were trying to remain somewhat anonymous, if possible.
Wasn't that the point of the masks?
Yes.
That is always preferable. All you, as far as I'm aware, should be fine. Obviously, I have my connection.
Is there going to be any backlash on you?
If things go appropriately, there shouldn't be any problems.
Daario,
And
these two are very straightforward about what they want, but they're also from here. Could you give me an outsider's perspective? Are we doing the right thing?
With a bit of a sigh. Well, to be honest, I am not one to really trust these other people, but I have to trust that Maxine knows the right thing to do. So, if we are going to be moving forward with this, I have to trust that we are going to do this decision together.
I think, I mean, I don't even trust the people that I know and would work with on a regular basis. I barely trust the people on a rare occasion when I've had to run operations side by side with them. Because I know, I mean, everyone has some understanding of how these things are, right? It's shady all the way down. But all of us have been through a fair bit together. If you can muster just a meager amount of trust in me, that I think this could work out in our favor.
I'm on board. This was my initial plan kind of from the start. A little roundabout way to get here, but...
And, you know, maybe if everything goes well, maybe I can retire sooner than I would have otherwise.
Yeah, it sounds like that should be on our list of things to get to.
Oh, believe me, it sure is.
How old is Maxine?
She's in her 20s, I recall.
Probably anywhere between like 2 and 783.
Cool.
Yeah, in technician years.
Is it like dog years?
Ask Sam.
I think short of Sam, I might be the oldest one in the crew.
And Sam was freaking 72 or some shit like that.
I think Koji, if I remember, might be the youngest.
Yeah, Koji's like 19, 20.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like it. He looks like, you know, he looks like that high schooler that's still in like 4th grade or something.
Still a growing boy.
Yeah, yeah. And then Daario, I believe you're in your early 30s, late 20s.
20s, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
all
then
that
Cadin,
sand
I
just
believe
really
you're.
dried out your skin.
I believe Cadin was mid-late 20s, and then Maxine, I believe, is early 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And then Sam is
72.
5 billion or something.
something like that.
Not far off, to be honest.
Depends how you count years.
Yeah, actually, I kind of feel like Sam is if you convert it back to like human years, I think Sam might be one of the younger in the group. Because technicians,
Incredible.
I think I said Oh, wait, no, I said technicians, I think, live anywhere from like 120 to like 360 some years or something. So never mind. Never mind. You're like middle aged.
Yeah, I was thinking 40 to 50s.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're on the later half of the spectrum now I think about it. All right.
Every D&D campaign I want to play an older person. In 10 years, I'm playing geriatric. It's gonna be
boy.
great.
Nice.
What was that? I couldn't hear you. My hearing aids were off.
Oh my god, that's a campaign idea right there. Just a bunch of like old ass characters. Naji, pass the pudding.
All right, so we're on our way back to John.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. You guys will make your way out of the core of this business district, the Nero Trade Company, distancing itself from where you all are as you start to head towards more of like an industrial kind of district within the marketing area and make your way to where Grimes' shops is located. A quick little temperature check for the group, though. I know at least for one party member, it was a little intense, and for at least another, it was a little snooze fest. But are you guys feeling like continuing for another hour? Because if not, I'm thinking this is probably the best place to call the night.
I'm fine with that.
I'm good either way.
Same.
I can keep going.
You can keep going. Dario, you were saying that you can or can't?
Strong feelings.
What was that, Asbio?
I said I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Dario, you were good or no?
Well, if folks want to continue, I'm good. I guess I can continue.
Okay.
We're gonna finish tonight.
All right. We'll probably stop after Grimes Shop, but okay, cool. So you guys will make your way up into the highway again, kind of circling southward from the central business area, and you make it over to Grimes' shop, where you will see there is a third vehicle now parked outside that has the shop's logo next to it, and you see the workers inside. Again, there's a guy there. There's Cadin. As you step out of the vehicle, you'll spot deep into the kind of garage warehouse area of theirs. John appears to be kind of mulling about. And you also see the female kind of looking and taking more inventory as she does.
Before leaving the vehicle, I am just fully going to change out of my Arcturus gear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, same for Sam. No longer tourist, just back in my armor rig.
No more cargo shorts. Ugh.
Yeah. So many
Tragic.
pockets.
Yeah, so I guess we all change at some point.
Okay.
And I will go up to... actually, I'll go to John, because John's going to be the one we have to deal with either way.
I'll follow.
All right, you guys make it in, and as you guys start to enter the store or the place of business, John kind of looks about at the sound of steps. Oh, it's you guys. What are you doing out here?
John, how have you been?
Hey, it was Cadin, right?
Yeah, John.
Yeah, Cadin.
We were wondering... Yeah, we had a few things that we were hoping you could help us with, as well as we were made aware of some issues you were having, and we were hoping to help you with.
What do you mean? Actually, yeah, I think you guys were here earlier. Yeah, Gina said something about you guys being here. Yeah, what's up? What's happening?
What should we address first? Let's go with the issue that Gina made us aware of.
Do we have somewhere to talk about this?
Yeah. Can we go to your office?
Yeah, we're here. What do you?
Are we just in the open, or was he in his office?
No. You guys are in the building, but it's like a warehouse. He's just.
He doesn't have an office.
I mean, we could go to the office, but I mean, it doesn't really make a difference to me. I mean, what's up?
This is probably best resolved in an office.
All right. If you say so, yeah, come on over here, and then you'll walk over to kind of, again, that businessy, officey lobby kind of area. Pretty small. It's a little cramped with 6 of you in there. But he goes and closes the front door and kind of turns the open to closed. You guys want something to drink, or is
Well, that wouldn't be unwelcomed. I looked at everyone else.
Actually, speaking of which, you got some sauce or something hanging off of your mustache there.
Oh shit, that would be Koji. Wait, Wait, no, wasn't that on the outside of his mask? Or did he leave that on?
Yeah, we'll say it to Koji.
What are you talking about? Oh shit, yeah, I do got this thing on, don't I? I'll take the fake mustache off.
Oh shit, man. You can't just... Oh, you okay?
What? Yeah, no, it's just a...
No, I was just saying you got some sauce. Oh, it's... You give me a heart attack there,
I'm
buddy.
just gonna kind of look at the other guys. I told you it would fucking work.
Thanks for indulging him there, John.
What do you mean?
Just face palming.
He looks very confused between you
Let's
all.
have that drink. We have some things to hammer out here.
Sure, yeah, there's a little water cooler behind you. The cup's next to it.
Sweet, sounds good.
Sam looks at the water cooler.
Sam.
He is disappointed, pulls out his flask, and starts sipping from there.
So John, oops. Oh, what was your girl's name? Gina.
Yeah, Gina.
Gina made us aware of some issues you had of non-payment with a certain organization.
He ponders.
The Nero Trade Company.
Oh, yeah. The Nero guys, yeah, they put one of my boys in the hospital not long ago and kind of just been leaving them alone. But I actually gave Gina a mouthful earlier. It's like she had no business telling you guys to go do us any favors. I mean...
That's all right. You helped us out earlier. We would have been stranded without your assistance, and favors, we're friends. Favors beget favors.
I appreciate that. So if you guys already went there?
Yes, we went and talked with them. We have a proposed solution, and hopefully everyone can leave, if not satisfied, but at least content.
Okay, I'm all ears.
All that needs to be done is we just need to get rid of the physical copies, and they will pay the full amount.
Physical copies of what? We already delivered what they wanted.
The paperwork.
You need to get rid of any records. Every record of the transaction. Do that, they'll pay out the money.
But how am I supposed to keep track of the business we do?
In this case, they've already put one of your people in the hospital. They won't really take no for an answer. I know it's not conducive to what you would like to do, but out of curiosity, was it in the understanding when you took the contract that it would be?
Yeah, they sent over some paperwork or did something for, something I had to sign on their system. I mean, I'm not super fancy with all the new techie gadgets that have been coming out, but I mean, they just said I had to sign it. I had to go pick up this item outside the city and bring it to them. That was it. And then they said they would pay us $5 million. And when we did, my boy came back, well, he didn't come back. He got freaking hospitalized and found out through a phone call. And I went to try to contact them, but they said we breached contract and they're not going to pay. And well, it seems like a whole bunch of, it seems ridiculous to me.
Did you read the paperwork you signed?
No, it was 3,000 pages. Who has time for that?
Koji kind of nods his head.
With that paperwork, you agreed that you would get rid of the physical copies of the transaction.
You agreed to confidentiality.
Well,
the breach in the contract that is restricting your pay is the fact that you have not upheld that part of the contract that you agreed to. It's corporations, it's just the way it is. No one has time to reasonably read the contracts, but they are upheld. And technically, these people are well within their right. But this can be resolved. You just have to be willing to take one blank space in your ledger.
I'm gonna have
You're running a successful business here. One occurrence like that isn't gonna put you under, and on top of it, you're still getting the money.
I'm gonna have Cadin and Maxine both give me persuasion rolls.
Just standard?
Sam mutters in the bottom of his breath. You obviously never ran a good business.
It's 17.
17 for Maxine, and what was that?
15.
15 for Cadin. He puts a hand behind the head and just kind of scratches it and ruffles his own hair, but... So you're telling me I gotta... take a hit on my perfect record and... That's all it'll be. And that's all.
I know it's not ideal, but it's what you agreed to, and sadly, I would avoid taking contracts with them in the future if you could.
I mean, they pay so well, though. I mean, one job with them takes care of a week's of work. I can hire more people. We can do bigger.
You can't have it both ways, John.
Did they really
You'd
have to
be
put my
better
guy
off-
in the hospital then? Like, they could have just given me a phone call.
They did that. Think of what else they could do and get away with.
What do you mean get away with the? Well,
We
it's just
understand your-
they just don't like the paper trail. Is that the deal?
Yes.
Oh,
They just want it to go away.
I don't like it, but I guess we can.
We're gonna need
Like
proof
it,
as well.
That's why I would recommend.
What
you
kind of
don't-
proof can I give you if we're burning them all?
We'll take the physical copies.
Gina! Gina! Calls out. Gina steps in. Yeah.
Can
no?
you describe Gina?
Yeah, I thought I did last time. Did I not?
Oh,
shit.
last time,
Maybe-
yeah.
Can you re-describe her?
No, I can't. I didn't jot that down. But if I remember, I think she had like shorter hair or short, like mid-length hair, and pretty clean otherwise. I don't think I mentioned if she had glasses or not, but she does. And yeah, pretty average kind of country girl looking look. But she steps in. Yeah, John. That Nero deal. Where's the papers that we had for it? You gave these guys a copy. You said we're gonna just give them all of them. And well, she doesn't really say much, but agrees, and we'll head out. And a few minutes later, she comes back with a few pages and a big stack that is kind of bound together, and sets it on the desk. So there's a little piece of paper or a few pages of paper, and then a big little poof as well, here's our papers, and this is the contract that we printed out.
All right, Gina, John, I need you to understand. For your own good, for the good of the company, anything you hold dear, this needs to be done. I don't like it. None of us like this, but we do this. Crime Shop sticks around. You stick around. You understand? So I need you to make sure this is everything.
Looking at you a little dumbfounded. It's like, well, even if we didn't do this, the shop's gonna be here. I mean, I've been building this place up since my daddy passed it on to me.
John, these people will burn your business down. They will burn your house down. They will burn you and your family down.
What the hell do they have to gain by doing that? It's not worth their
They
time.
shut you up.
We're not talking to anybody.
They don't know that and they don't care.
They need assurance.
Well,
They're not reputable business people, and that's why I recommend you avoid them in the future. They pay well because they're not upstanding, for lack of a better word.
I don't know. Wherever there's business to be had, there's business to be done. And that's the grime shop's way. If they, what am I supposed to do if they ever ask me to make another delivery for them?
Either turn it down or be prepared to misplace the paperwork again if they ask you to.
With the way you guys are speaking about it, who's to say that if I turn them down, they're not going to burn the place down? I think you guys are being overreactive.
We very well might be, but it's better to err on the side of caution in this case.
Man, you guys said you were out of town, right? Is it really that rough out there?
It's rougher.
He looks shocked, but, well, here it is. I mean, Gina keeps our papers in order. She says this is everything. This should be everything.
You have cameras recording anything here that might have seen the papers? Gina, you taking any photos?
Does it look like I have cameras? We don't bother with cameras. I have a don't tell anybody this, but I got a shotgun here pointed at your hoo-has. But outside of that, that's all the protection we need. We don't need any cameras. We're not here half the time. We're out doing deliveries.
Just so I understand where we are. Pointing at a hoo-has means pointing at my face.
Well, I guess for you it'd be like kind of your gut.
All right.
Yeah.
Gina,
Just want to know where I stand.
do you feel comfortable in standing by John's assessment of the situation?
English, please.
Does she actually believe that this is all the paperwork?
Are you sure there is nothing else?
I mean, do they want us to delete the digital records they sent over for the contract too? I mean, what's
Everything.
everything? I mean, but we signed the contracts. We should at least be able to keep our own copies of that, no?
Contract, I think, would be fine because the contract shouldn't have many details in it. It should just say you're like picking something up, right?
Well,
How about this?
I didn't read 3,000 pages either, but
We take everything. We'll clear it with them. If they say the contract is fine, we'll bring you your copy back.
well, I mean, they sent it to us. I mean, we have an Omni system over here. I mean, if I send it to you, we still have a copy of that. I mean, seems highly unrealistic.
Can you back up everything on that Omni except for this and then give me the device?
We have other business transactions. You can't take the whole device.
That's why I'm saying back everything up. I don't want to have to come back here and do what they wanted me to do. All right, John?
Can we maybe try like calling and confirming? I mean, what do you mean by everything? I mean, this
Every possible sign that this transaction ever happened. They don't want this transaction to exist.
all right, fine. John, give me like, I don't know how long it's gonna take.
We don't have an appointment. We don't have anything to
All right.
get back to.
Well,
We have. Sorry, go.
she's gonna go over to the computer and she's gonna start unplugging it. And John, can you figure out what they came here to do in the first place? And I'll bring this to you when that's done. She looks very annoyed.
I look over the group, but Yusel, take it this. I'll watch over her, and I follow Gina.
Sam?
Yes.
I'm just gonna lean down, get into your ear, and just say, I don't know if you're the right one to ask about this, but what if we kept a copy?
I was already planning to.
I don't say anything. I look him straight in the eye, and I nod once.
Just gonna pat him on the shoulder and look back to John.
And I continue following Gina.
Well, Gina's in the room. John's actually heading back into the kind of the warehouse area.
She like unplugged a bunch of computers and shit, right?
She's working on it.
Okay. I will stand next to her. I don't know how to unplug human technology. I don't know that USB comes out of USB, so I'm just gonna watch her.
Well, you just unplug the USB-Y from the USB-Z and...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's USB 200, right?
Yeah, humans are still at this point where you're supposed to like turn off the power before you unplug shit. God.
No, it's all hot swap. Anyways. All right, so John is going back to the warehouse to give Gina some space, and Sam, you're gonna hang out in the kind of lobby office room. Is that right?
Yes, with
All right.
Gina. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like unplugging everything.
All right. Well, as they're heading out, Sam, what are you trying to do in here?
So when I'm the only one here, I'm gonna look at Gina. I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna talk to her. Say, well, you understand you're running a tough business. You and John here, and you're doing your best here, trying to support him. But I'm gonna be honest with you. What my daddies used to say. You have to keep a good business record. Your business is everything. Your records are everything. Now, you're gonna have people out there who will say that John doesn't do good business. And I know you're in a tough spot, but I'm gonna offer you an opportunity. Share with me that data. We're gonna tell him that it's been deleted. But if you want, if John wants, I may anonymously share that business has been done, just so that everyone knows that John completes his work.
She's gonna.
John does what needs to be done.
And enough. What? You'll come in here. You tell John to hand over his data. I'm here doing it, and now you're here telling me that we're giving you the drives anyways. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Forgive my friends. They understand the larger aspect of things, but they don't understand hard workers like me, like John, like yous.
She's wide-eyed disbelief, can't believe what she's hearing. And what is your point? You here just to slow me down right now?
No. I'm here to make sure that you understand what you're doing is for a good cause. And what larger players are out here trying to do, trying to harm you, trying to harm John, they don't really... They may be bullies now, but they ain't gonna be bullies forever.
Are you talking about the Nero Trade Company? Because they sure
Yes.
seem like they're gonna do whatever the hell they want.
Not forever. I've seen companies rise and fall. Before your time, there was this company called Blockbuster. Everyone thought they were a giant.
Oh my god.
No one hears of them now. So, all I'm saying is, I know you want to do right by your boss, and one day, someone's gonna claim that he can't fulfill his agreement, because he's doing this right now, and you could be there to save him, to protect him. All I'm saying is, save a copy.
There's nothing stopping us from... How did they even know that we had copies? Like... I don't know. It's not my call. If you want to convince anyone, go talk to John.
It doesn't need to be your call. Give it to me.
We're handing them over to you guys anyways. What are you trying to get out of it? Will you get out of here? And she starts like trying to push you and slap you and usher you out.
Do I know if I can make a copy on my Omni device?
You totally can. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Maxine's been taking photos all over the place. Yeah. Maxine's been taking photos with her visor the whole time. You could totally take like a screenshot using the
I
one.
can download data.
Yeah, you could download like a digital copy, sure, if there is a digital copy. Yeah.
Okay, I'll step back and let it do your work.
You guys,
All that work.
you guys underestimate how much I'm screwing over Magic users here. All right, but with that, she's like, get out, and she like even tries to kick you in the ass.
I step away from her, like kicking range. Sorry, but I have to watch you do this. Just when you're finished, hand it over to me.
Then you're waiting outside. I'll be done here as soon as it's done. You said to make a copy. It's gonna take a while, okay?
Can't do that, miss. Sorry, but they be in here in the room, and I'm gonna watch you.
John, will you tell your stupid friends to get their stupid idiot friend out of here and let me do my work? And you guys all hear her kind of yelling out into the warehouse, and John kind of turns around. It's like, what? oh yeah. Where's your short buddy go?
He's easy to keep track of. You lose him in small crowds of kids sometimes too.
you guys mind giving her space? She does her work really well, but she doesn't like being crowded.
I feel like Sam's trying to do right by you by
All right, Sam, give me persuasion with disadvantage. Cadin, give me persuasion.
Can I stand at the edge of the room? I'm not standing next to her. I'll stand at the edge of the room, away from her.
All right, give me a normal persuasion.
5.
5, and then Cadin.
Oh, persuasion? Okay. Let's see, that would be 19.
All right.
Well, question for Dia. Would I understand how to unplug this shit that's in there? Like how to make copies and all that out of this machine?
That's a good question. Give me a science roll.
That's Arcana?
Yeah.
Yes.
It can't
10.
be too hard. Yeah, you could probably take some plugs out, and it can't be that different from the technician tech. So
I knock her out. I hit her in the back of the head.
oh my god. All right, well, you're gonna have to give
Sam always goes from like
me...
0 to 100 so fucking quick.
You're gonna have to give me a what is it? You're gonna she's eyeing you, so yeah, give me an attack roll first.
She's also unplugging the thing, right?
Well, she was until you started really pissing her off.
Okay. Attack is just straight strength?
It's whatever you use to like swing your warhammer, so yes.
Remind me never to get Sam to help me with shit. He's trying to help me in the car and nearly knock his ass out. He's trying to help someone unhook a PC, and he's going to clubber them with a hammer.
Oh,
never get his help fixing a car.
Oh no.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
Oh, no.
Cadin, as you're
God.
telling John, Gina, if he's not harming you, it's fine, all right?
Yeah, me
And a split second later, help, she's and she just busts past you, Sam, and runs. John,
She's
he
running
tried to-
away. I make a copy.
You could have just done that afterwards. God damn it.
So
She's running out of the room, right, to go call the guy.
she is trying to run out of the room. She gets out. She's talking to John. She seems to be frazzled and in a panic. John's trying to calm her down as the party outside with John is like, what? Sam hit me? Something. Sam, as you go to try to make a copy, I'm gonna have you give me an investigation roll to work the tech.
Control F.
Because she was in the process of moving it. Oh my
6.
god, you're rolling terribly, dude. All right, you go to try to plug your Omni device into it somehow, and you're not really sure how now that you're doing it.
Sam, goddammit.
Fuck is a USB Y?
Where does this triangle shape go? But
with her running out, I just want to step move up between her and like the office, like the door, and just yell, "Sam, what the hell?"
Yeah, I'm joining you with that. What the hell, Sam?
he tried to attack me.
Just a minute.
We'll look back at her.
What?
Say, "Ma'am, I'm sorry. He's an idiot."
I second that.
John finally calming Gina down. Gina is just like almost hyperventilating, pointing back at the row. He tried to hit me. He swung and missed because he's a stupid, small little stupid thing. Get him out of here. Will you? And John starts strutting past you, Maxine, and Cadin.
Koji, you want to carry Sam out of here?
What the hell are you doing? I had
What?
Gina working on that. What the hell are you doing?
John.
He's gonna walk behind his desk. He's gonna pull out a shotgun.
Oh, fuck.
He's gonna point it in the direction of Sam. Step away now. Out you go.
I take a step towards John.
Sam, enough.
You all want him to get rid of this, and I just don't think it's right. I'm sorry. You cannot.
Sam, what's your AC?
We're gonna take care of this.
My AC is 16.
16. All right. You all hear a kapoof as a shot rings out as Sam steps forward and tries to talk to you all. Some shoddy pellets bounce off. You said you changed back into your armor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 16.
Yeah. These pellets bounce off of your armor and fortunately don't penetrate.
As soon as the shots go off, Koji's barreling into that room.
What's he do when he barrels in there? Does it go for Sam or does it go for John?
He's going for John.
Ah, son of a bitch! I'm gonna. Oh fuck! I can't deal with both of them. Fuck. Actually, I'm going to silent or whatever it's called when I don't need to.
What are you trying to do?
I'm going to twin cast suggestion on Koji and Sam.
Interesting. Okay, you better make your suggestions real quick because Koji's barreling past Maxine. He's about to pass you, Cadin, as he barges in and starts looking around at what the hell's going on.
Out of the building! I'm gonna just yell it.
All right, what's the? Go ahead and put it in the chat so I can see what your wisdom save is. And Koji and Sam, you guys are gonna have to make some wisdom saves very soon. There it is.
Wisdom save.
Yep.
Okay.
And Koji, as you step in, you see Sam.
Koji beats it?
I think I rolled a nat 1.
You rolled a nat 1. So Koji, you see Sam standing there, a gun held by John pointed at him, still like smoking at the end of it. And as you barge in and you hear Cadin's voice behind you, you kind of tune out Cadin's voice and it doesn't quite register as you succeed your save. But Sam, as you see Koji barge in, you start to turn towards the door. And with that, Sam and Koji, I'm going to have both of you give me an initiative.
Where is the initiative?
If you can't, just
There's
give me
no active combat encounter.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, just give me a dex check.
Now,
yeah.
If I would see Koji not going for Sam, would I be able to get in on this initiative?
Yeah,
13.
sure.
That's a nat 1.
So I'm headed towards the door.
11.
I thought you were about to get a nat 1 too, dude. Jesus Christ.
Sam, the interpretation up to you. All you have to do is get out of the building. If you choose a window or a door, that's up to you.
All right, Sam moves first,
Can
but what
Take the machine with me as I leave out the building.
yeah, whatever you're holding, you just immediately pop up like the
Cool.
Sam just like popping up like an Oompa Loompa, and he just
Did he actually
immediately heads towards the door with it.
Did he actually have it unattached yet, though? Because he was still working.
Doesn't
on it,
matter.
wasn't
If it was still attached, it would have. He would just walk out with the cable snapping off of it.
Wouldn't be attached for long.
Exactly. But yeah, Sam rolled the highest.
No.
Sam rolled the highest. He's heading, and with his nat 1, you pop up. You're like a freaking automaton. You go straight for the door and walk right out. As Koji, you're trying to process what the hell's going on. As Sam starts heading out, and Maxine, you can act before Koji does.
Yeah, I'm bolting up to Koji, pulling a scout maneuver to go full sprint if I have to. And I am going to try to kind of step in front of Koji, putting a hand on him to effectively try to grapple him, saying, Koji, we leave.
You don't fucking hurt my friends. And Koji's gonna push past Maxine if possible and attempt to grab the gun out of
Contesting grapple first. So Maxine, athletics. Koji, athletics or acrobatics. I don't know why I bother giving you acrobatics, but
Holy
that's a
shit.
nat 20.
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ.
That's too good.
yeah.
That's
Koji, with the nat 20, how do you get past Maxine?
Just push past. Nothing overly aggressive, just very... Koji is obviously angry at this point, so it might be... It is aggressive, but it's not, like, intentionally, like, fuck you, get out of my way.
Okay, give me a intimidation with advantage.
That is a 14.
14, and what is your AC again?
My AC is 14 as well.
Poof. All right. John, seeing you're just non-slowing stride directly at him with this intimidating look on just posturing, he quickly tries to turn the shotty your way and pulls the trigger. As you're just faster than him, you slap it upwards, or you grab it and move it off to the side, and the shotgun rings and hits nothing.
If possible, Koji will pick him up by the throat.
Ooh, you sure do.
Oh, fucking God damn it, guys! It was going so well.
So Sam is outside. Koji's just stop. We're good. We're good.
Koji, enough.
You gotta keep hurting my friends. Looking him dead in the eye.
If can't breathe.
Yes or no?
You can't answer. Koji, put him down.
His
Oh,
face
maybe
is starting to
not
get
those words.
red.
Maybe different words you can use, Cadin.
I'm going. If he doesn't put him down soon, I'm going to intervene. I'm just waiting to see what Koji does.
Koji. He's
Tap
struggling.
once for yes, tap twice for no.
He taps 3 times.
Koji will throw him into the fucking wall.
All right.
God damn it, Koji.
Give me a.
I'm gonna. After he does this, I'm gonna try to again do something Max did and stand in front of him between him and John.
I'm gonna have you give me a D8 roll for this one.
Any advantages, disadvantages?
Nope, just
Am I
D8.
adding anything?
D8 for damage.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Not
good.
too bad. All right, you throw him maybe across the room instead, so it's doesn't hurt nearly as bad. But he smacks into the wall. He slumps to the ground. He's on his ass, and he starts. What? You fucker!
I'm gonna intercede between John and Koji if I can.
If you're gonna hurt my people, of course I'm gonna try to get the fuck out, all of you.
John, it's a misunderstanding.
He's
Koji,
looking
please
really
leave the
frustrated.
room.
Koji's gonna. Did he drop the shotgun when I threw him?
Oh, of course, yeah. When you grabbed it, you ripped it out of his hand.
All right, so I'm still holding it then.
Sure.
Koji will walk out of the room with the shotgun.
All right.
Got it into it.
I'm gonna like let it like the biggest fucking sigh, like, oh my fucking god. Sorry about that, John. It was a misunderstanding. I don't know what Sam was thinking.
Get out. We're closed.
John, we'll leave for now. I'll let everyone cool off, but I would like to get this resolved. I am sorry for how this ended up. I will talk with both John and Koji if I can. And I'll walk towards the door.
Daario follows behind Cadin.
And as you guys walk out of the little office lobby area, Gina is standing by the door to their warehouse and is kind of peeking her head in, looking absolutely terrified. Her face is kind of pale, actually. And John is still slumped down, hand on his throat, hand behind his head, coughing, and just not looking great. But you guys all make it outside.
Did Maxine go with us actually, or did she stay behind?
Yeah, I followed up.
And I'll stop by Gina on the way out and apologize to
Who's
her.
who's the last one out of the room? Sam's out, Koji's out.
Daario probably follows behind Cadin.
It's either Maxine or Daario, one of the two of the last
All right.
ones out.
Daario, give me a... What was your perception mod? Was it a 2?
Yeah, one moment. +3.
+3. Yeah. As you're heading out, you're gonna hear through John's kind of croaking voice that he's telling Gina, close down for the day. And yeah, Gina moves, and as you guys head outside, the garage doors start to close, and once you guys leave completely out of the one, the other one closes as well, slowly. But you guys are outside, and Grimes' shop is now closed.
Sam, what the hell was that?
Are you dropping the suggestion?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
And his suggestion was to get out.
Get out.
Yeah, you just can't go back in the building basically for right now.
Cool.
No, you said
Yeah.
all you said was to get out now, right?
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That wasn't my finest moment, but understand. That was in their best interest.
Was it in their best interest? You got
Yes.
shot and she nearly got hit with a hammer. How was
John-
that at all in their best interest?
John doesn't know what's good for him.
This is what's good for him. If John does
It is
not get rid
not.
of those records, this building will not exist.
It is not what's good for him in his business and his
Sam?
livelihood.
Sam,
Sam, he will be
Good for
dead.
morals.
for his own good, we can control the information. He cannot.
He cannot
doesn't
lie
know
about
what's
his
good for
business. He has customers. He fulfills the requests, and he should.
And the request
Always.
included not having paperwork, Sam. He agreed
did.
to it.
In good faith, he expected it not to be there. Anyone who hires him, he should be able to talk about who he hired.
Regardless, he agreed to it and he did not uphold his word.
It's a
They-
3,000-page document.
I don't give a shit. He now knows the lesson. It cost him some paperwork. He still got paid. He learned his lesson. Don't deal with him in the future. It sucks. It's inconvenient, but it is ultimately in his best interest. If we do
No one
not
in my-
get rid of this paperwork, this building will not exist. He will not have a company. He might not even live through the week, Sam.
And then you,
Why-
and then
why-
you shared that with the folks, with the reporters, with news, with the common folk, with the other engineers, that if you work with them, they would destroy you. You take them out of business, not use.
We
You
can
don't
do
take
that
John out of
separately.
business.
We
You
can
take
do that
out.
separately, Sam. But if we do it with his,
You have to draw a
involvement,
line.
It falls on John's head. If
And
we
John
want to
just
take
did
that
a
risk
line.
ourselves, that is up to us. But you cannot make that decision on John's behalf. He agreed to it, Sam. We agreed. If you're going to do something, you at least need to confer with us. You nearly got shot. Koji nearly killed John because of the actions you took. There's consequences, Sam.
The observers to this conversation are going to notice that both parties are oddly invested and heated in the topic of their conversation. But While
So we talking like bystanders here?
no, bystanders is in like the rest of you, and maybe you do have some onlookers that are like, what the hell's going on over there? But while Sam and Cadin are kind of duking it out with their words, Maxine, Daario, Koji, what are you guys up to?
Koji's admiring his new shotgun.
I would like to try to just scare off anyone who's lingering that isn't us.
And Dario's just observing, hoping to see if it gets heated, to kind of step in the middle if it becomes an altercation.
Upon seeing Maxine start to deal with bystanders, Koji will attempt to do the same.
As soon as
much
Koji,
more aggressively.
yeah, as soon as people see Koji being aggressive with the shotgun, people start like running away. Maxine, you notice a bit too late.
Shit. Koji?
Yeah, what's up?
I get it. But we have to do things properly. Understand? I get what you did. I get why you did it.
What are you talking about? With the fucking people out here?
With John.
Koji is very much visibly lost.
Sam yells out, "She's was gonna make a copy of this? She's was gonna have evidence while kicking me out?"
She was, or you were?
She could have. And she could have held out against John. No one was there to watch her. She wanted to kick me out of the room.
Trying to stand there and watch her and made sure she did stuff, but you tried to hit her with a hammer, Sam.
I first told her I was doing it for the best of John's interest. She did not believe me.
Sam, you tried to hit her with a hammer.
After she told me to get out of the room.
That's not the appropriate response, Sam.
She may have destroyed his business.
You could have come got us, or you could have told John you did not.
And then she'd be gone. You know how long it takes me to run out of a room.
Sam?
Charlie Brown feet.
Yeah.
Sam, you need to understand. If she tried to go behind our backs, and she tried to keep this information and use it against corporation, I wouldn't have let it happen. I'm always
dealt with that
watching.
together.
We'd be on a goose hunt after her, and she'd be gone in the wind, and
Sam,
who would
you
feel
think
bad?
I can't
Me?
find a normal ass woman? She wouldn't have even gotten out of the block.
We could have dealt with it as a group. Instead, you dealt with it on your own, and we are all together suffering the consequences of your actions, Sam.
We had connections here.
We had
Those
a
connections
friend.
are long gone.
Maybe souls. What I'm saying is, I'm sticking with my gut here, and
Sam, look at this. We had things covered. Things were taken care of. Now they don't trust us. They have no reason to believe in anything we say because we're a bunch of nobody ruffians. We're thugs to them. Everything we said before doesn't matter. Now, if they go start talking about this, start sharing this information, they are going to get themselves and everyone they care about killed. You know what corporations do. You know how
It's no better than the frickin' Nero company that you were complaining about.
If we can't fix this,
I am meanwhile copying this drive, and I do respond. Nero Company isn't gonna say anything. They want to keep it under wraps. John Grimes isn't gonna say anything. He also doesn't want trouble.
I get that. We had all agreed to this prior. The hammer and the other entire situation did not need to happen, Sam. He had already agreed to this. We had agreed to this. The Nero company had agreed to this. Everything was set in motion. Everything was taken care of.
All right. Look, I believe you all believe I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I disagree, but I'm sorry.
Why? Why did you feel this was necessary?
There are times when you cannot agree to the higher corporation, and that's just it. You have to.
I understand that. I 100% agree with that. This is not that time, Sam.
You have a man who's trying to build a business, and you're telling him to lie about his customers. You're telling him to lie about his jobs.
No, not lie. Not lie. He's not saying he didn't do it. He's just not keeping a paper trail. He's not mentioning.
It's in bad faith. Paper trail's in bad faith.
It's not in bad faith. It was agreed.
No one makes a paper trail where you say you can't agree with it.
I understand that, and it's completely within John's ability to not do another contract like this. He made a mistake. These are the consequences of his mistake. He just loses some paper. He still gets paid, and he knows for next time not to work for these people if that is how he chooses to run his business. You are taking the choice out of his hands and putting his life at risk. You understand that, Sam?
He doesn't know any better.
To them, but you are going to get this innocent man who has this business killed for your beliefs.
He doesn't know any better.
That is fine, Sam. You are entitled to have your own beliefs. You are forcing your opinion and the consequences of your actions onto John.
And he'd be better for it?
How about this,
That
Sam?
doesn't matter. It is
Yes,
his
it does.
choice,
He'd be
but
better for
it is not your choice, Sam.
Yeah, I made a
Sam,
choice. And where we are now.
Both of you shut up for a minute. Sam, what you did at Nero Trade, you went off book. It went all right. Didn't go poorly. Maybe it went well. But what's important is it didn't go poorly. Here, you went off book. And everything we had worked for up to this point is gone. You stood up to face with a man with a deadly weapon lined up on you. You let him put the crosshair on you. What we
put
can
myself
do
between the crosshair and the data. Not just
Sam,
on
what
me.
we can do, we can put the crosshair on ourselves. We can take it. These people, they cannot. These are the people we fight for. What you did is you put the crosshairs on them.
Sam,
You understand what I'm saying?
if John and this entire building was burned down tomorrow and showed up dead, how would you feel?
Here, actually, we're going to retcon that last sentence. Sam, I'm going to have you give us the final words responding to Cadin and Maxine before we call it for tonight.
I understand the predicament we're in. I understand the predicament I put them in. But I myself cannot stand by, and I will not stand by while one company bullies another out of their trade. I will not.
And with that, we're calling episode 18, guys.
Jeez, that was a shit show.
Wow.
Oh man, things not how I expected this night to end. Especially after
It was
how
going so well.
well,
God damn it.
let's be fair, right? Out of character. I love Sam's situation here because I have ideas planned for all of your backstories and how to weave that all in here, and Sam's is actually unironically fitting right into some ideas I've been having. So
You guys ever watch Lord of the Rings and fucking the Two Towers and all of a sudden the dwarves want to go fight Smeagol for fucking gold and won't do anything else?
oh my god.
Look, Dwarves be dwarves.
Dwarves be dwarves, true. But Sam with
God damn it,
gosh,
Sam. Why do you have to make everything so complicated?
let's see, Sam.
Humans
so
don't
well.
understand the fucking livelihood of dwarves, which technicians have honor and code that they cannot break.
I'm just trying to redirect it. You don't need to break it. We can go deal with the fucking company, but god damn it, Sam.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Why are you sons of bitches always making me end a session pacing in front of my computer?
It's a whole lot of standing up, a whole lot of breathing.
Right? Man, wait until Sam's arc where dwarves start popping into this little small shack, and then all of a sudden humming begins and far over. Oh, jeez.
I thought you were gonna do It's Off to Work Again.
Which one's that?
Hi ho, hi ho.
Oh.
It's a 7 Wars.
It's a classic technician song, you know. The Zoomer technicians don't remember it.
Yeah. The legendary technicians of the old, you know, they used to sing it in their day with the white princess.
Dude, man, I can't wait to bring her in the fucking stories.
Oh my god, what a wild night today was. Jesus.
Out of character. I totally get what you guys are going at. I totally do, and I'm sorry. I know it sucks. I know it's tough.
Frustrating, Sam.
I know it's frustrating. Look, I was very much in multiple spaces thinking, do I just fucking fight these guys now? Do I, like, am I supposed to do this?
Am I the bad? No, but Sam definitely, I do personally at least see a line that Sam is guarding, and I like it, so keep it up.
The thing that is annoying me is the fact that it's not Sam's goddamn company. Ah.
True.
I'm a consultant for hire. I will take my.
He didn't fucking hire you for that, Sam.
It's on my LinkedIn. It's on my...
Who do you work for? Everyone. Since when? All the time.
all the time.
Oh my god. Man, dude. Maxine had intense moments. Actually, pretty much everyone had an intense moment tonight, dude. It was good.
I was just... of all the people, fucking Koji made the goddamn check on the suggestion. I didn't think he would.
Listen.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either, man.
I was like, that would have been a lot better if you had both just left the room. But that didn't happen.
Today was one of my favorite games, and Dragon knows this. My favorite games when I roll low. Every roll. If I can roll that once every game, I fucking love it.
Oh,
I want to not be able to do anything I want to do.
It also depends on the GM you're playing with, because Nat 1, sometimes I've played with people who the result is just a kick to your nuts constantly.
Yeah, like a critical failure instead of just regular.
But the fact that you guys are leaning into it is fantastic, so keep that up.
Now, I know Koji is strong, and that's an understatement. But did you have to nat 20?
Yeah.
I wish I did, man.
No, you did.
I really...
You did.
I did.
It's so Koji appropriate, man. Come on.
It is.
He's gotta stick up for his friends, man. He hasn't had a whole lot in his life, so like this is a new experience for him.
Man, yeah, people aren't
Koji,
like
good
constantly asking him to pay for everything, and he's just like, no, I got it. Don't worry about it, guy. You guys are friends now.
We're kids.
The lad.
Kin, yeah.
Look, sometimes you and your kin get into fights. That happens.
That's gonna be the first piece of merch if I ever get it. Just Horizon Exploration. We are kin.
Next one is just someone crouching down, going through dirt.
Yep.
I imagine after, Koji rushed in, just the entire time Maxine just has that hand hovering, just like, I don't know if I'm gonna have to pull my gun, but if I do, by God, am I gonna be ready?
Yeah.
I was like debating using more combat spells, but I didn't want to start throwing shit around the building, so I was like, suggestion, that should work. Get out of the building. But it didn't work on fucking Cody.
Man, I'm still waiting for you to give me more moments to make your wild surge trigger, man.
That would be a bad place for that.
You almost had it.
Friends, leave the room, fireball.
Oh my
fuck.
god. I don't think you figured out my trigger for it yet.
I'm getting a premise, but I wasn't tracking it well at the beginning. So
Yeah, No, you've said that you had a vague idea, and I feel like I can't tell if you hesitated because you're like, if I say it this way, he's gonna do something. I don't know, but
I just have to test it, but I haven't really had a chance, and
yeah.
now is not the time to test things.
Why not? Why not? You guys were sent here by the Nero Trade Company, right? Maybe mission accomplished.
We'll get rid of the paperwork for you, sir. Man, they burning builds down.
Fireball.
Oh my god.
Scorched earth.
Well, did you guys have fun?
That was fun.
Definitely.
That was a
That was a lot of fun.
Perfect. Yeah, man. Maxine got to debrief a little bit, get her head out of the game for the next hour. All right, everyone out there, thank you for swinging by. I totally didn't forget to send out announcements. Oh well, you guys are here. You'll see it after the fact. So thank you for tuning in with us all, hanging out with us all, and yeah, let us know what you thought in the comments. And otherwise, we will be back next week with episode 19 as we see what happens in the aftermath here, as Sam did some things and Koji did some things, and Maxine and Cadin have some words for them, and Daario is being diplomatic as he be, and yeah, oh man, Nero Trade Company, Fontaine, Edgerson, it's all slowly coming together, but very exciting. So we'll see you all next time, and as always, take it easy everybody, and bye.
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 Peace.